Hello everyone, welcome to Canteen Cup. Ground finally got dry enough for us to get out and do some work. So what I'm doing today, like I said in other videos, I have a lot of trees that are down, but I can't leave them to rot because that brings bad bugs and bad disease, and it may go after my live trees. So what I'm doing today is I am pulling trees out from these piles, cutting them up into about 17.5-foot lengths, and then stacking them where I can have a guy that collects pulp wood come pick them up for me. So if you see behind me, let's see if I can do this. There it is. Right down there, there's a log, and I pulled it out with my tractor, and I'll come over here. See if you can see it. I pulled it out with my tractor, and I have what's called a choker on it, and it's like a toggle, and I wrap it around the tree, and then I can drag it out using the drawbar of my tractor. Then I come over here, and I have a set of forks on my tractor, and I use that to stack the logs after I cut them, and then I have a pile out by the house where I'm stacking all the cut pieces. One of the things I have, let's see, this is kind of hard, but if you look at the end of my forks, I had a hole cut in each one of the forks. And what I can do with that, if I have too big a stack, I can run a chain through there between the end of the fork and the header of the forks to help hold my load. Some of you might say, well, just get a grapple. Well, there's a couple things with a grapple. Now, this is a small tractor, so it doesn't have a very large lift load on it. I've already maxed out that a couple times already today. And grapples are heavier, and so when you add weight to the grapple, it reduces the amount I can actually pick up. That, and in the grand scheme of things, once I get this big project done, I won't have a whole lot of need for grappling. So it's about a $3,000 or $4,000 expense to get the grapple, because then I have to get front hydraulics for it. They're coming out with one that's electric, but that still is a couple $1,000s. I think I paid about $1,000 for my forks, and I get a lot more use out of forks than I would a grapple. So the forks will do me. I mean, it takes a little longer in. It's not as cool as having a grapple, but really, once I get this project done, I'm not going to have that much use for a grapple. So in the grand scheme of things, and just trying to buy what I need instead of buying what I want, the forks will do just fine. So anyhow, I'll post a few more videos and hook them all together by the end of today. I'm doing this on my phone, which is not one of my favorite ways to record video, but I am working, so this is not a this is a work day, not a video day. So I'll post a few more shorts and hook them all together. We'll see you later. All right, so this is just another quick short. I've cut some of these logs up. I've loaded them onto the forks. I can probably put maybe one more log that size. These pine, when it's live and wet, is heavy, and I've got about an 1,100-pound lift weight on my front forks, so I might be able to put another one or two on there, and then I'm done. If I had a grapple on here, you can take off one of those logs. It just take that much longer. So here I am, and I was able to scoop these up without leaving my tractor. So I'm going to haul them to the pile and continue to take apart my mess. We'll see you. Alrighty, just kind of wrapping up the end of the day. This is what I got done today. Several tons of pine here. There's one more back in that other pile. That's my hardwood pile, but one pine kind of rolled that way, so Not a bad day's work. I had to use my tractor to move these things. Some of those logs are probably right in around 900 to 1,000 pounds, give or take. They're 15 to 18 foot long. But that's what we got done today. Going over here. This is what's going to be my slash pile, and slash is nothing more than the limbs and branches that you cut off from the trees. There's also a stump or two over there. That's where I'm putting the stumps. It was a good day's work. Some of the time was spent untangling these big trees, which isn't overly easy. This is the area where I was working on today. Took a pretty good chunk out. You may not be able to see. There's a berm kind of right in front, and that was where they kind of ended, and I just kind of moved my way back in. Did a lot of untangling today. Trees were stacked kind of funny. I think from here on out, it looks like it'll be easier for me to get the trees and stumps out. I still got some stumps back in there I need to get out of the way, but we want to get all this cleared on all three sides, and so we can have our woods back. It'll take a while. You may have noticed I got my UTV out here as well as my tractor, and there's a reason for that. There's just a lot of stuff you bring out and you come out and work. And here's some of the stuff right here, and it's just easier for me to drive the UTV out with all the stuff and then go get my tractor, and at the end of the day just reverse the process. It's a lot better than making like 3 or 4 trips trying to haul stuff. So here's my tractor, 25 horse. It's the 3000 series or the 3 series tractor. It's done a real good job. For some of the stuff I'm doing, yeah, it is a little light. It is a little underpowered. But once I get this done, let me flip you back to me now. There we go. Once I get all this cleared again, I won't be doing this much heavy work, and so I'm going to adjust my camera just a little bit more. There we go. And so that being said, this is probably still an ideal size tractor for me. It's a 25 horsepower tractor. The front bucket will pick up 1,100 pounds. The 3-point hitch in the back I think is rated for about 1,100 pounds. It does a real good job. Like I said, I did strain it a couple times today because some of these bigger trees, you know, they're easily 1,000 ton or more, and even when you cut them up, I'm pretty close to the limit of my front end loader. Like I said earlier, I have a set of forks on here, and you know, I could have gotten a grapple, but I would have spent about $3,000 more for a grapple. And when this job is done, probably so will the grapple be done. And so now I have an implement that I won't be using a whole lot. Whereas the forks, I can use the forks for a whole lot of things, including lifting things and carrying things. I have some pallets on the property, so if I need to haul things, I can put them on a pallet and then carry them with the forks. Like you saw, you know, back here, I've got a lot of slash on my forks, and they're more than 5 foot wide, which is the size of my bucket. And the same thing with those trees. Those trees that I cut, the people that will buy them or just take them away from me want like 15 to 18 feet, and my bucket's only 5 foot wide, so that would create a problem there. But it works well. You know, again, it's a slow process. It was great when the guy came out and took all this down, because it would have taken me years to do. And this will still take me some time, because I'm a one-man operation. And every weekend I'll hit it again and hit it again, and eventually it'll all go away, and then I'll have all this cleared land. So that's pretty much it. Just wanted to check in one more time. I'm gonna put everything up, and I think I'm kind of done for the day. It's been I got started pretty early, and I skipped lunch, and so I'm gonna go do some other things. Maybe I'll spend some time posting this to YouTube. So that's it from the homestead. Just a continuous improvement. We just keep moving forward. So everybody stay safe and stay secure.